and get into herbs. I love the herbs, guys. I'm telling you, those of you that have tried them, and I appreciate that. I'm not trying to sell you on them, but try the differences. Let me tell you, I think man should honor the botanical kingdom and do everything we can to have high quality everything. Everyone out there should always do their very best when they do something. Leave your statement. Leave the best. I did this. It's good. Not from an ego standpoint, but from, look, I made God, I made it better. And this is where we need to be instead of this rip-off consciousness that we have. I think that's all I'm going to do on autism right now. Because you have to just simply change the diets. You can get into a brain and nerve herb formula, would be good. It'll strengthen the nervous system. If you have seizures in your children and things, use an herbal antispasmodic. I have one, and use that to control the seizures or spasms in the body. You want also check the parathyroid gland. The parathyroid gland is where the body utilizes calcium, and calcium is essential in the nervous system and essential in the muscles, connective tissue. So always look at the parathyroid gland. You can tell that through fingernails, ridges, or weakness. You can tell that through the exposure of veins in the body, hemorrhoids in the body, and I'm going to touch on these in this next question and answer video I'm going to do right after this. And so you just want to go after the health of the body of the child. And there's a lot of ways you can tell. We have a questionnaire that you could get to fill out for yourself, and you can tell. I've lumped all the questions under the appropriate tissues, so you'll get an idea of what's weak in your body and what you need to focus on. When you want to focus on a tissue, when you focus on your lymph system, you're focusing on everything. Head to toe, every tissue in the body, liver, heart, kidneys, doesn't matter. So that's a given. Always clean up the GI tract. That's a given in health. Kill the parasites a little bit. Keep the bacteria if you can. Get some worms out if you got them, but that's not a focus. The focus is the health of the cells through these two fluids. You don't have to focus on the blood. You can clean the blood up a little bit. We have a good blood flowing, but really, cleaning that lymph system will clean everything else up in the human body. And then you can use herbs specifically for nerves, for heart, for kidneys, for lungs. I made a formula for everything because I needed it. Someone comes in here with congestion in the lungs and it's locked in there. I'm going to give them an herbal formula that I made to loosen that up so they don't cough there and hurt their chest muscles or break their bones in the fragile people. And so this is the beauty of herbs. They assist you on your road to Wellville. So I think that's all I'm going to do on that subject matter. It doesn't matter if it's MS or Lou Gehrig's. The same thing exists, guys. Go after that nervous system. Go after those adrenal glands. That's your neurotransmitters. It's a long way from 70 over to 120. Textbook blood pressure, 120 over 60. Textbook blood pressure. Medical always had 80. 80's way too high. Now they lowered it to 75, but then they lowered the systolic down to 115. 120 and you will feel good. Lower, as you go down lower, you'll feel tired, fatigued, and this goes with chronic fatigue. Go after your nervous system, and the adrenals are the key. You can get up in the head and go after the central nervous system. Yeah, but the lymph touches everywhere. That's always essential. Always remember, work on your lymph system. Key to every single thing, even key to the colon, because remember we talked about in the wall of the GI tract. The cells that make up the GI tract, they have a lymph system. Everywhere you have cells, you have a lymph system almost. So thanks for listening this morning. I'll get to your question and answers here, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm enjoying your comments. Thank you for the positive questions here. We've been 40 years here. It's been a long road. We've seen well over 100,000, almost 200,000 people here. My friend Dr. Jensen saw almost 300,000 people in his life. And he was a good personal friend. We had a lot of years of conversations and things. And so, hard to do a video on iridology. I might try to do that. It's hard. I might get creative with these videos one of these days, and we'll do some neat stuff here. But for now, onward and upward, have fun on your journey, let the spirituality, let yourself blossom, let the love flow, stop thinking and stop talking. Just become a great observer, a great channel of love and power and energy, and you will be amazed at the people you can help and touch with that God flow flowing through you, and how you can get yourself and your children well. I've got a baby formula coming out. We've got to get rid of these infant formulas that are just high protein and high fat. You know, the sad thing is that in the mainstream, and I hate to use that word because God should be the mainstream, but in what we consider the mainstream, we have such a profound ignorance. The American Dietetics Association, these poor people are extremely ignorant. You know how long it took them to redo this new pyramid? And still they had milk sitting there. Now these are my opinions, but I'll get into that in a question and answer thing here next. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you in a minute.